Hey guys, okay, well today, I'm going to do a quick redstone tutorial. You're probably wondering, these aren't the episodes that you said. Well, that's if you're interested anyway. Basically, I thought, I used to be, really bad at redstone. And then I saw quite a few videos on different stuff. So I thought, you know what, there's probably people with the same problem with me who aren't very good at using it, so I'm just going to go over the basics. And there is a bit more of an advanced thing over there called an on gate, but we'll get to that. Okay, so signal length. How long does redstone actually last for before the signal runs out? It lasts for 15 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, blah 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 blah, until this is the 15th block, so that is actually still powered. So for example, if we put one there, it still lights up, because that's the 15th block. But if we had one there, it's not powered. As you can see, they don't have the particle effect coming off. And also, if we put a lamp there, it won't work. That's signal length. I hope I've explained that enough. I don't really think that's the hardest of things to understand, really, except for it lasts 15 length. So, yeah, that's that. I think I shall now. I'm going to move on to repeaters, alright? Swap this for a lever. Basically, if, for example, with the length one, it lasts for 15 pieces of redstone. So, if you get to the end and you want it to go even further, you can use a repeater. A repeater basically extends the signal. So, let's demonstrate. If you can see here, this is bright red because it's the most powerful one. It's closest to the, lever. So it's going to be the most powerful, and it fades and fades and fades. This obviously isn't the 15th block. And then, as it goes through this lights up, and then you come to here, and it's bright red again. So that just shows how it repeats the signal, so it's all extended. Oh god. Right, let's move on to the next part of repeaters. Now, these are just lamps and usual redstone. Repeaters, they can be moved from tick to tick. So, for example, if let's do a quick example here. So that's on one tick if you saw me press it. Watch. Right, and if you, actually, let's put it on 3 ticks to make it even, no, 4 ticks, sorry. If you watch this redstone, it'll flash on immediately, but that one over there won't. So let's watch. So if you noticed the difference, basically it slows it down by the many ticks as you do. Now I've set these all to 3 ticks each. So ultimately this one is basically 6 ticks. No, 9 ticks. If you're adding all of them up. So, let's show the type of stuff you can do with them. Now, these are just ordinary lamps, and they should turn on ascendingly from this one to this one to this one to this one. So let's do that. I'll show you again. And it's the same going off. Go again. And off. Now, I think that's easiest to understand, so overview. They extend signals, or repeat signals, i.e. repeater, and they can delay the time a signal goes to another part of the signal. So for example, that'll turn on fastest because there's no repeater, so as soon as I flip that switch, bam, that's on. After 3 ticks, this one will then go off, and ultimately added these two together, after 6 ticks this one will go off, and after 9 this one, because there's 3, 3, 3, 9. Right, so let's move on. Now this is right, let's just, oh god, what have I done? Before I go over this, I am just going to just quickly build this. Now if you don't know what this is, it's a redstone torch. Basically it's the source of a current. So if a redstone is connected to it, it lights up, i.e. turn on the lamp. And if it's not there, the current's off, because there's nothing there to power it. And because it's the source, there you go, it's on. Right, so that's basically the basics of torches. Redstone torches, that is, not normal torches, they just light up stuff. Right, so inverting the signal. If you want to invert the signal, so for example, if, no, this is probably better with a pressure plate, just to see. Alright, and let's just bring the signal back round so then you can see from where I'm stuck. Let's get rid of that. Oh god. Silly. Right, so I'm just going to show you what it does and then I'll explain what it does, don't worry. Right, so I stand on this, the redstone goes off. Step off it, it goes back on. On, off, on. Alright, so this triggers this and sends a current down it because this is a source of redstone, believe it or not. So that sends this on, and then the redstone actually activates. It makes this block redstone activated in a way. So when that's activated, it turns a torch off. So for example, if I just set it up again, so torch there, so that is basically a part of this block now, and then blank redstone coming off, and then I'll just put a lever down. So if I want this torch to go off, I flip this, sends, oh god, not twice, which sends the current to this, triggering this as a redstone object in a way, which inverts the torch and turns it off. Now you can do it with torches like this. Okay, so oh god, no, wrong button, like that, and it still goes off. You can, well, since last remembered, you can do it from the stone being underneath the actual block itself. Oh god, what am I doing? Whenever I click caps lock, guys, I'm sorry, it just does it. Do that? Oh no, I've actually learnt something there. It doesn't. Alright, so forget that bit. And let's move on. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you a purpose of what that can be used for. So, for example, if I get a piston and I put it there, and I want this piston to be on all the time until I trigger it. So, actually, I've done it again, guys. Sorry. Alright, so now we'll just have a blank one here. So normal redstone, yep. So basically you're learning pistons here as well. So I step on this, redstone goes into the piston and triggers it, so it extends off and it descends on and it extends. Alright, so let's get rid of this. Now because this is like the opposite, there's no signal going to here, so the redstone torch is on, which triggers the redstone, sends the signal round and into the piston. So I'll go over it again if you didn't quite catch that. No signal here, so this torch stays on, then it catches onto this redstone and goes straight into the piston. So let me just get a wooden pressure plate, so then I can throw a block on it. Alright, so okay. So now there's something on it which triggers this redstone, goes into this block, which deactivates the torch, comes round, the redstone is not activated, so the piston isn't. I hope you guys understand that. So if I collect this, stand on it, it's still off. So no, extended, come off it, extended, because the torch is on, not extended, bam. Alright, now this is called an AND gate. Now what an AND gate does is, for example, let's just get a line of redstone coming, oh god, nope, sorry. If I get a line of redstone coming off here, and a light on the end, I'm just going to show you what it does, and then I'll explain it, alright? So, torch is the lamp is still off, the lamp is now on, because both of them are triggered, and now I'll show you how it works. Alright, so using this concept in a way, the redstone comes into this block, which then powers this, so it goes off. alright? And then, but this one is off. So this torch is on, which triggers this redstone and keeps this torch off. Now I don't think I've explained that very well, so I'll go over it again. Alright, oh god. So, notice how this torch is off and these two are on. That is because this piece of redstone in the middle, well, is being triggered by this torch and this torch, or either. So either that one, or both. Didn't mean that, sorry. And then, so if one of them stays on, the redstone stays on, and this stays off. So, for example, if that's off, this is still on because this one's here as a backup in a way. So this is off. Same other way around. So if this is off, this is the backup. Triggers this, which makes this off and keeps the redstone coming off. So let me demonstrate that. So torch is off. This is still off because this is on, because it's being powered by this. So that powers this, which makes this torch go off. Now, here's the good bit about it. This, if they're both triggered, and these both torches are off, there's nothing to power this redstone. So that means, as an ordinary torch, this torch stays on, which triggers the redstone and turns the lamp on. Now, I still don't think I've explained it very well, but I've tried. Right, I'll go over it one last time. If you want to skip this part of the video, it's fine. I'm just making sure I've explained it right. It's actually harder than you think to explain. Right, so no signal coming in to deactivate the torches, alright? So this is still on, and this is off, because this is on. So it inverts the torch, a bit like that. Okay, so it's a bit like that. Think of that, it'll be easier. So one is off, well, one is on, sorry, and this one goes off because that inverts the torch and makes it go off because it's powered. But this is still on because that one isn't powered, and that triggers this redstone, which opposites, inverts this torch, so it's still off. And then if I trigger this one again, it's on because both of them are off and nothing to power this redstone, which makes the torch normal and powers the light. So guys, that's a advanced. The AND gate it's difficult to understand if you're not, a genius at redstone, which, trust me, I'm not a genius at redstone. I just like practicing with it. So overall, we've gone on the length, which is 15. We've gone on repeaters that extend signal and can delay the signal, like this, if you remember. So bam 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 bam, and it all goes off because I flipped it twice. Inverted torch, so this will trigger, which goes into this block, turning this off and turning that off. And if I collect the lever, torch will go back on because there's no signal powering that. And then you've got the AND gate. So if both of these are on, then this torch in the back will be on as well. And if one of them are off, the torch will go off. And if both of them are off, it's just the same. Alright guys, so I hope you understood that. I guess I'm going to end the episode here. If you want more redstone tutorial, leave in the comments. And yeah, if you want to subscribe to help out the channel, and like this video if you want to help out even more, that'd be great guys. I appreciate feedback, so yeah, give me some feedback on this video, and if you want me to do any more, any recommendations and stuff you want me to do on Minecraft, Tech It, or anything like that. So thanks for watching guys, hope you understood this, and goodbye.